Hey FLOSSTUBE, it's Leigh from Creatively on Sunday, don't know the date, but Labour weekend here in New Zealand with FLOSSTUBE number 98. So yeah, Labour weekend, we get Monday off tomorrow. Yay, very excited about that because work has been hard. So yeah, I guess at the moment, in theory I'm meant to be a project manager, but mostly I'm being asked to sort of help sort out some production / process issues, and yeah, if we could lift our head above water for 5 minutes, we might actually be able to make some improvements. But there's a whole lot of people who need some training, and I'm not the right person to do it, but I know that they need it, and working with their manager right now to empower these people to provide better customer service. And I've had to step in a number of times and help answer some complaints, which, because I have built a good relationship with some of these organisations, it is really frustrating. But anyway, so work's been nuts. I didn't get any stitching done pretty much all week. Worked late a couple of nights, went to the movies one night, went to book club another night, came home, went to bed at 8 o'clock 2 nights. That kind of adds up to 6 nights. Not sure how the math works, but basically last week sucked. I got a bit done yesterday though, in between housework, and I sort of did a deep clean of my bedroom. My asthma's been playing up, so I thought maybe I should move the bed, and yeah, I hadn't moved the bed for a little while, and there was a little bit of hair and dust under it, so hopefully that'll help. Yeah, deep clean of my bedroom, and I also finally put my headboard up, which needed to be screwed to the wall. I think I ordered it, paid for it on sale. It was a clearance sale in March. It got delivered in August or September, and I finally put it up. But it involved putting 10 great big holes and anchors in the wall, and it's the sort of thing where I don't want to stuff it up. But anyway, it's up. I think it's straight. I don't think it's going to fall off and kill me. So yay. That's very exciting, right? Otherwise, yeah, I've stitched on one thing. I haven't started anything. I might start something tomorrow. We'll see. And it's something new. It's not out of the box. I do have a little bit of fabric and floss that's come in, so a little bit to show. Probably not going to do any questions today, just going to keep this video shortish. Haven't filmed the craft room yet, haven't filmed a stitch with me. These are things for future projects when I'm not absolutely exhausted. But anyway, how's everyone doing? Dad's doing okay. His back's been on again, off again, but I think he's doing okay, and he managed to pick up a whole lot of free firewood this week from a house that needed to be the section cleared because it's sold and they left it in a mess, and through connections he managed to get something like 5 trailer loads of wood for next winter, which is really cool. He does love a good fire. He's not happy unless his house is about 35 degrees. I'm not happy unless my house is about 19 degrees. My sister's got a house full of kids now. When I say kids, they're grown-up people, but because my nephew and their partner, their fiance, broke up, unfianced recently, and anyway, so eldest nephew's moved back home with my sister. Eldest nephew and second nephew are going to go flatting in the new year. They're just waiting until eldest nephew and ex-fiance can get out of their lease, hoping that they can get it sublet or a new lease soon. And then my niece and her girlfriend live at home still, so basically my sister has a house full of young adults. Luckily they're all working, so it could be worse, right? To be fair, she loves having them at home. I really, 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 really miss my sister, and I really want to get over there. Where are we at with this bloody lockdown / COVID? Poor old Auckland's stuck in it for now, and the Waikato as well. 1 case in Blenheim last night, waiting to hear what that means. Hopefully our trip to Dunedin goes ahead next weekend. A few of us are going to Dunedin just for a weekend. A few friends. We are stitchy friends, but it's not a stitchy weekend. It's just going to Dunedin for shits and giggles. But basically we're waiting on the whole country to get 90% vaccinated, and then we will move to a new traffic light system where it could be quite complicated, except essentially if you are double vaccinated you will be allowed to do things. If there is COVID in your community and you're not vaccinated, you won't be able to do things, and those things might include haircuts. So yeah, we're just waiting for the rest of New Zealand to catch up, get vaccinated, and then we can move into some sort of new normal where we accept that we've got COVID around, hopefully reduce the risk based on high vaccination and other, you know, normal health measures like don't suck on people's COVID holes. That's a quote from the radio. Anyway, what did I stitch on? I've only stitched on Life After Death. I'm being lazy. Life After Death by Long Dog Samplers, which I'm stitching on 36 count antique white linen with Silks For You PR132, some Kreinik BF006, and some DMC 807 for a little bit of a highlight. And I picked it up. I literally still have a needle in because I must have got excited. It's just, ignore the needle up here. I can't see. I haven't ironed it. You can tell I haven't ironed my shirt either. Basically last time you saw it, I had finished, I was stitching over here this side, and since you last saw it, I've pretty much filled in all of this and this sort of across here, and all of this and this. So yeah, this, there's a date down here which it should say 2021 because I do intend to finish this before Christmas. There's a heart to go up here which will be in the blue. Yeah, so I've done that bit, a little bit at the top, all of this and this. I've done actually quite a bit yesterday, but I did only stitch yesterday and a bit this morning. So yeah, it's looking really good. So essentially when I get that up to that level here, it's about halfway. And my arms are tired, I do enjoy it, and I'll probably need to sort out that needle, finish off whatever I was trying to stitch. But yeah, that's all my stitching this week. I do miss getting a bit dry. It's ironic that the reason I don't stitch is because work's really hard and I'm working long hours and it's stressful, and the irony is that's when I need to stitch the most because otherwise I feel what I do is work and sleep. Anyway, hopefully this week coming, well, it'll be a 4-day week, so we'll see. But that's it. That was going to be a really short video, except I did get a few things come in. And I'll show you the silk first. So I got my Country Stitch Rainbow Club and an extra piece, plus I got my 2 Silks For You clubs in, my Colours of the Month and Silks of the Month for September. So I'll show you those, and then I'll show you the fabric that I got in, but I've kind of kitted up because most of it was for existing projects, so it's gone. I've already started kitting that up, so I'll show you in the context of what it's for. So first of all, we've got the colour of the month, which is 4 by 15 metre skeins of silk from the standard Silks For You catalogue, and they are these. So what's interesting is that I have some of these already and they're quite different, but I guess I got them a while ago. So first of all, oh, I've got one here. What's interesting, so here is from my stash, kindly donated by the lovely Barb, was PR070, they're black. Well, this time we also got PR070, but you can see how different it is. This one's quite a warm black, and this one is more of a really dark charcoal, which is quite cool because 15 meters is a nice amount. I kind of have in mind to do a black sampler with that, but using it because it's not quite, or use it for Ruskin's penguins. We shall see. This one here is PR124, which is what I stitched Life After Death. No, I stitched Death by Cross Stitch in this, and this definitely has more violet in it, I think. It's nice to have another skein of PR124 because after I stitched Death by Cross Stitch, I had just under half a hank left. But then when I did a design for the Christchurch Stitching Retreat last year, I stitched my model with a little bit of it with PR124. So I kitted up, when I kitted up the chart, I kitted up enough PR124 for people to replicate my design if they wanted to. So I pretty much used it all. So it is quite nice to have a little bit back in my stash. It's also nice that I think the colours are a little brighter than what I had. Alright, the other ones are PR126, which is a fantastic red, very beautiful red, and then a lovely neutral PR053. So that was the Silks For You colour of the month for September. And I have the Silks For You Silk of the Month, which are 5 by 10 metre skeins in custom dyes for the club, so exclusive dyes for the club. Another bright month, been a bright month the other month as well. I love this sort of burnt pumpkin-y colour, but I do think they're quite cool, and there's a couple of, I've got a couple of samplers, one of those bright bold samplers in my stash that these might end up being subbed in for. So they're just numbered 01 through 04. So those were those two. And then because the Silks For You people currently send the silk to Catherine at Country Stitch for her to then post on due to shipping issues, she holds everything and sends that out with our monthly club if we get both. So shipping, very responsible. So I did get my club kit in. Now I've got one bit that I ordered. I got 40 count in a fat quarter of 40 count in corn straw, which is just a lovely, slightly cool colour. I need to show you the inside because the inside's where all the fun happens. All the mottling is on the inside or the proper side, but I often stitch on the back if I want something a bit more subtle. So that is quite lovely. I do enjoy a nice mustardy colour. I've folded that weird. So what is that for? Well, I only need probably around half of it. I'm going to stitch this on it. I bought this chart ages ago from Stitching Spell on Etsy, and ages ago there was, I think, Zeb on the New Zealand stitching site, Zeb had put a competition up saying, you know, what, I think it was to win a fat quarter or something from Catherine at Country Stitch, you know, what design, you had to post a picture of a design and what the colour fabric is that you would use. So I picked this from my wish list and said I'd like to stitch it on this, I think. And I didn't win. but I bought the chart anyway. I do love it. It's called Fractor 12, and at this stage I'm going to stitch it on this. So it isn't the same as the picture, but the picture's a little apricot-y for my taste. So it's, I bought this one, 40 count. Corn straw. So that is what I got for my Rainbow Club of the Month. But then I also ordered another. I realised I didn't have any 40 count. I've got way too much 32 count now, so I have actually ordered 40 count for the next 2 months as well. So November, December, I've already put my orders in ahead of time for that. Oh, and also this is stitched in DMC. So you can consider this now kitted, because I'll just pull the DMC when I start it, and I don't pull all the DMC ahead of time when it's a DMC design. But yeah, I'll do, at this stage I'm going to do it in DMC. And I imagine quite a few of the colours will be similar to Frederick and Frederica, although those turquoises are a bit different, I think. Anyway, that's another kit in the box for a potential start at 50 at 50. So then I also ordered a fat quarter 40 count in the colourway Oyster, and I know I had a couple of designs in mind for this. I just haven't chosen which one it might be, or in fact may even be able to do two. So just a really nice neutral. It's a little greener than it looks on the screen. The screen to me looks like it's quite sort of beigey grey. It's definitely got more of a lentil-y green colour to it. Let me see if I can I get the colour? No, I can't. Oh, maybe there you can get a bit of the green. Yeah, anyway, it's sort of a greeny colour. So that will just go, yeah, into my stash for now. As I said, I've got several charts that I've written down, 40 count neutral. So I'll get a couple. I've got, yeah, another neutral coming each month for the next 2 months. And then once I've got 3 or 4 neutral 40 counts, I'll kind of work out which one I would like for which chart. Because it doesn't really matter in most cases, it'll be fine. Okay, so then I also picked up just some normal Swigart fabric. So I've got 40 count, I think I got a few of these I got from Ribbon Rose. 40 count, you can read it right, antique white linen, and I need the whole fat quarter, and that I'm going to stitch, that's what I'm going to use just for the background of this one, Forest Dreams by Isabelle Harcourt-Vautier. So I've had that partially kitted up for a while, waiting for fabric. And you may or may not recall, some of you have been around, I picked up 3 skeins. I possibly need 4, but I'm a pretty frugal stitcher and I don't make many mistakes. So I'm going to try and do it with 3 skeins of Gumboot by Country Cottage Threads. No, Cottage Garden Threads. Here it is when it's unwound. So it goes from a dark blue through a nice mid-green into sort of a rusty brown. And I figured that what I will do is I'll stitch the lady and her, I'll stitch the lady and then I'll do the alphabets later, and then if I don't have enough thread, I can always sub out the alphabet. I mean, I could go and buy another skein, but if there's a slight dye lot, if there is a slight dye lot difference, if I buy another skein, it won't matter so much because the alphabets, aren't part of her dress. Or I'll just pick one of the solids and stitch the alphabets in the solids. I'm not too worried about it. I reckon it'll be fine. I think on the back, if I can read French badly, context helps. So 2 strands over 32 count, I think they said you'll need 8 DMC. So these are 10 meters. DMC's 8 meters. I think I did the math and it was just shy of 3 of these. So I'm gonna make it work. So that is now fully kitted. So yeah, I think that it's gonna look nice on the 40, just on that antique white. And it's gonna look a little bit different. It's a sort of different kind of chart. I've not seen anyone stitch this before, so looking forward to that. And I'll probably do, yeah, I'll probably have to manage the thread, the variegation and stuff, so we'll see how it works out. It's worth a try. So that's going in the, I need to find a plastic bag for it, and it's going in the box as another fully kitted object. What else did I get? I also got some 32 count antique white. Just a fat quarter, which I need most of for Griffins of the Kingdom. So basically it's the called for 32 count antique white. I bought this ages ago. I have it all kitted up already with all the Petite Treasure Braid and DMC, and I just needed the fabric. So that is now another fully kitted object. Why am I saying object? I don't know. So that's going in the box. So that's 3 more kitted projects. And then these are nearly fully kitted. I've had these 3 charts for ages. So I've got 3 of the Bewitching Pixies. I've got Eva and Anna and Gigi. I still need 1 pack of Mill Hill that I don't have. Mill Hill 42101 must have been out of stock when I ordered way back. And I need Kreinik 002L. I haven't actually had a look to see whether I have that or not, or whether it's in another project. And I might sneeze in a minute, so excuse me in advance. Excuse me. So I've had these sitting there for ages, but I didn't know what fabric to do. So I've got a whole lot of black in there, black DMC and all the beads apart from those 2 that I talked about for the 3. And really I was just not sure about fabric, and I looked at different fancy fabrics, and I decided I wanted them all to be a trio, and these are probably the only 3 I'll do. They're the 3 I like the most, because they don't have tons of, I don't really like the ones with the fence and the frame and the moon and the owl and everything. So I liked that these all just had, she's got her broom, she's got the apple and the cat, and she's got her broom and the cat. So I kind of liked that they were linked through the cat and the broom. And anyway, I actually quite like them on the brown. I know a lot of people go, ooh, I like them on the milk chocolate. But I ended up deciding just to get some vintage country mocha or antique vintage, whichever way you call it. So I had just bought this fat quarter just because I didn't have it. And then I decided that actually I'm going to really like them on there. So I needed more than a fat quarter, so I picked up another fat quarter. So that's from Ribbon Rose as well. This I got from Stitch NZ, I think, the other week. So, you know, same fabric, 2 different names. Vintage country mocha off of a roll, and antique vintage, same colour, different names, all 32 count. So basically I've got a fat half here, which is plenty for these 3. And I do need to track down that other bead and Kreinik, but otherwise I hardly need them straight away, right? But again, I've got them in an actual bag. I've got 3 Bewitching Pixies also now kitted up. And I think that was everything. Yeah, that's everything that came in new, mixed up with what I've got kitted up. So, and I've got a couple of other projects. I probably can kit up another 3 or 4, to be fair, with linen that I've already got. So, but you know, why? I don't need to do it yet. So just working through those slowly. I am kind of working through kitting up a couple of Ridley charts. Where is it? So if you don't know about Ridley, it's a magazine, an online magazine app that you can subscribe to and get access to a number, like many magazines, and a lot of back issues. Different magazines have different numbers of back issues. And ages ago, I saved this one, Helen Halley, 1843 Scottish sampler, and it's a cute little thing. And I am at the moment just doing my best. It is actually called for, it calls for freaking Oversoir soie d'Alger, but I'm just having a go at kitting it up from my stash, from my various silks, because it's kind of random enough that it doesn't really matter what you stitch it with. So I'm not trying to be even like the picture and stuff. And I had a scrap of 32 count lamb's wool, which is going to be a little narrow. It's too long, but the scrap of 32 count lamb's wool from, oh, is it lamb's wool? I've written a question mark. Not quite sure what this is, but I'm going to search, 32 count scrap. I don't think it is lamb's wool. So I'm in the process of kitting that up. That's all I was trying to say, just from a scrap from my stash of fabric. And I'm also kitting up, okay, last week on the, I think it was the New Zealand Cross Stitch Facebook group, Jodie, something about Darth Vader, oh, what is your handle, Jodie? Darth Vader Stitches, Darth Vader something. She showed this progress on this, and this is another one that I picked up off Ridley. Oh, so this one's Cross Stitch magazine. This one was just Cross Stitch from, I don't remember what, it doesn't say what month. Oh, October 2019 is that one. This one is from Cross Stitch magazine, July 2020. So if you're wanting to get hold of these, you can have a look on Ridley. If you're not signed up before, they do have a 2-month free trial at the moment, or free trial. So you can go and have a peruse through. There's a good 7 or 8 different cross-stitch magazines. So I just thought it was really cute and really bright and a lot of fun, and a good opportunity maybe to use some bright silks and things. So I had a wee look and I found just this bit of 32 count neutral fabric. It might be sand, or I don't know, light mocha or something. It's just this Weigart fabric, and I'm thinking about starting this tomorrow just for fun, and because I really, me and peacocks, and this one's really bright and it's a little bit different. So it's called Spot Sampler, and they called it a large project, which is quite funny. Which it's 178 by 118. Called for 14 count Rustico Ada, or flecked oatmeal Ada, DMC or Anchor DMC or Madeira, and I think it's great. So I'm gonna probably just give that a go just for fun, because it's lovely and bright, and why not? So that is what's going on here. Pretty damned exciting, isn't it? Been me. Next week I'm probably not going to get a video up. I'm going to be in Dunedin. If I get a video up, it's because I'm not in Dunedin. In theory, I'm going to be in Dunedin from Saturday through Tuesday, and you know, no idea what kind of Wi-Fi or anything we're going to have access to. I'm going to be hanging out with friends, and I won't have anything with me. If I'm up for it, we'll take some video footage of it when we go to Stitch Witches in Dunedin, but we'll see. I kind of, when I go away, just like to enjoy myself, so we'll see. But the video won't be up next weekend. I'll be taking a weekend off. So hopefully I'll get some stitching done, and then I'll have something to show. So yeah, that's pretty much it. In the meantime, thank you for coming along and having a check out of my video. It was quite random today, wasn't it? I'm going to tidy up this mess that I just created, put some of these new kits in my kitted up box, and I will catch you next time. Don't let your needles rust. Ciao.